Okay, everybody. So today is all about bread baking, and I think there shouldn't be anything in life that you can't really have unless it's unhealthy. We shouldn't be having it. But this bread, there's no wheat and there's no gluten. So every once in a while, you can make this for the family if you've got a special event on, or you just fancy crispy bacon between two slices of this healthy bread, low glycemic bread, then go for it. Once in a while, it's absolutely fine. Again, there's no wheat and there's no gluten. So there's a dry ingredients and there's wet ingredients, and then we'll put them together and then we'll bake it. I am going to be, holding the video at times when the yeast has to settle down with the maple syrup and then the baking, so that's going to take about an hour. So I'll just pause and then it'll just roll and you'll be able to follow nice and easy. So the dry ingredients first. Let me angle this down a wee bit so you can see me. Okay. Right. Firstly is 1 cup of almond flour. And it goes. 1 cup of arrowroot. This is going to be trickier. I've done a workout. I've just done a great workout actually, and feels good. It feels strong. 1 cup arrowroot. Now it's from a plant, obviously, from the root of a plant. And 1/3 of a cup of coconut flour. 1/3. So get the maths right. And it goes. And then 1 tablespoon, which is in here, of sea salt. And it goes. And that there is the dry ingredients. Mix it through. And once you start this, it's like trial and error. You have to try things, and if they don't work out the first time, you have to try again. But I used to make this bread quite regularly. I've not made it for a while. In fact, probably not made it for a couple of years, at least. But I really enjoy it when I do make it. However, if you're somebody who loves bread, loves the smell of bread, and it could send you over the edge in terms of get you back onto we'll call it bad bread, then just don't do it. This is a treat, only if you can trust yourself. Cut. Okay, this next bit is really cool because this is the wet ingredients and yeast. Yeah, it astonishes me what yeast does. So what we've got here is 1 1/4 cup of water that's about 110 degrees. So 1 1/4 cup of water. Next thing is 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. So here we go. 1. 2. And then 2 tablespoons of dry yeast. Now you might think, why maple syrup? The maple syrup feeds the yeast. Okay, so 2 tablespoons of yeast. Here we go. 1. 2. And it's really cool because when the yeast start feeding on the maple syrup, they release pockets of little gas, CO2, and it starts popping and feeding on it. So, but only if the temperature is right and the yeast is right. If the yeast too far gone, they might not feed on it. So we need to wait about 10 minutes, let the yeast start to pop and feed on the maple syrup, and we should see that now. Little pockets of gas just popping. Cut. Now, if you look down into your bowl, you can actually see the yeast start to pop, and it smells like beer. Like when you were younger and people used to make their own beers and lagers and things. That's what it smells like. Now let's see this. No, you can't. So let that sit for 10 minutes. Okay, quick check. The yeast are feeding. Should start to go frothy. And it is. Yes, this is what's going to make the bread rise. See you in 5. Now, while you're waiting, you could be fitting in some dress-ups. Yeah. 2 minutes to go. Good stretch across your chest. Come on. Go wider on your hands. Yes. And then narrower with the hands. Hey, welcome back. Right, look at this. It's risen so much. Oh, you beauty. So now it's time to add 1.5 tablespoonfuls of ground chia. So here we go. 1.5. Let's level this off. Hold on. 1. In fact, I've got a wee half somewhere. There we go. 1.5. And 2 tablespoons of, I call it psyllium. Psyllium. We'll go with psyllium. Been on many a detox and had to drink this. It's fibrous. Oh, it's difficult to get over, put it that way. So 2 tablespoons. 1. And then once that's added, we are going to mix, whisk. Smells like a brewery. And once it's whisked, we'll leave it for a few more minutes, just to let it all settle. So good. Smells like, if I was to drink it, I would be drunk. Okay. That all looks good. Let's leave that in there for a few minutes. And it will start to coagulate, and then we add it to the dry mixture. 3 minutes or so. Just catching up on all your progress. I love to see how accountable you stay. It's the best. Love. We're nearly there. 1 minute left. Okay, next stage. So we're going to add the wet ingredients to the dry. And that has gone all gloopy and sticky. as you can see. Right, and it goes. Oh, I'm nervous. Oh, in. Whoa, look at that. So we will mix, try and get this on camera, and it's very sticky and very gloopy. Okay. And when it's all mixed, I then need to knead it. You could do it, put your back into it. Oh, it's coming together nicely. Right, I need to get some elbow grease in here. Can you see it? Yeah, that's better. That's better. Here we go. Like your granny used to. Go on. That's it. And you get this flour in. And then once I've kneaded it, I then let it settle for another hour with a damp cloth or towel over it. Yeah. Right, I think it's nearly time to knead. Yeah. Okay, it's time to get my hands dirty. Okay. There we go. Oh, ease. My hands are very clean. I'm a bit of a germaphobe myself, to be honest with you. Yes. Knuckles and obviously there's no gluten, but it's still quite fibrous because of the psyllium husks and ground chia, which is amazing. Yeah. You've got to make the noises. A wee bit. Imagine nice bread without gluten. Right, that there has to, that's amazing. That is going to rise so well, I could tell. That there just has to settle, right? So it's a ball of clean, healthy dough, no gluten, no wheat. So what I'll do now is, now these wee bits off. Get it in the bowl. And then, hold on. Then what we'll do is I've already made this damp. I'm going to cover it and let it settle in a space, which is going to be the oven, which isn't on, by the way, but just let it settle in there for 1 hour. And as I said to you, the oven is not on. 1 hour. That's going to give it time to rise. Exciting. See you in an hour. Okay, so that's it settled for a good hour with a damp cloth over the top. Now it's time to get it out of its resting place. Now remember, the oven wasn't on. Just so you know, let me turn you around. And put it down a bit. You can see everything. Okay. Okay, damp cloth. Take it away. Oh, look how much it's risen. Right, okay. Oh, wow. That really is just an amazing dough. Hey, happy days. Yes. Right, let me get the cutter. Okay, what I'm going to do, just cut it in half. Okay, so you can do one big one, or you can do, you could quarter it, you can do whatever you want with it, really. So I'm going to just do, I'm going to keep one, and I'm going to give one to my mum. So let me just make a wee thingy. Make a bread shape. Brilliant. Smell. Smells amazing. Bread shape. Yep. Good. And yeah. And whilst I was waiting, I prepared an egg wash, which is just one egg and a teaspoonful of water and mixed in. Mix. So, is that fine? Nice wee shape? I think so. So now what I'll do is I will make a wee pattern in it. You see? You could do an initial or Valentine's Day, put a love heart in it, or a birthday, I don't know, somebody's initials or whatever you want. Okay, and then we will egg wash. Paint it on. And what this does is it just makes it like a really nice golden brown. Whilst that's, in fact, hold on, let's get this done. I'm going to preheat the oven to 215, 220, something like that. Okay, so in here. Can't wait for this. Kerrygold grass-fed butter has been taken out of the fridge. Ready. Okay. Done? I think so. I think we are done. Okay. Now once the oven is ready to go, I'm going to pop these in for about 35, 40 minutes and we should be good to go. Once they're baked, they need to settle. They need to completely cool before I can slice it. See you soon. Okay, it's time to get these little beauties into the oven. Now the oven is nearly at the desired heat, which is about 220. So I'm going to take the oven tray with the parchment paper out. It's just the big tray of the oven I'm using. Okay, that will continue to get to the desired heat. It's not far away. And all I want to do is put that on. Put that on. And we are good to go. Okay, so apart from the waiting, it's really, really easy. Honestly, it's the easiest thing in the world. And it's just so good to know that it's clean bread. So if you ever do fancy bread, you know that you can have it. And you don't need to go without. The Kerrygold butter, pure Irish grass-fed butter, is ready just to spread nicely onto this. However, when this is baked, about 40 minutes time, it has to completely cool, because if I try and cut it or slice it when it's still warm, it could go sort of gooey in the middle. Okay, can't wait to see the outcome. Okay, we are pretty much good to go. So I will see you in about 35, 40 minutes. Okay, we've got about 5 minutes to go before the bread is actually cooked. It looks amazing. And I've taken Kerrygold butter out of the fridge, ready to be able to spread when this loaf or loaves are dry. Yeah, dry, cool. Yeah, good to go. Grass-fed. Now, you don't want to be spreading something like Lurpak onto your clean, nutritious bread, because it is completely clean. Why would you contaminate it with butter that's not grass-fed or organic? You wouldn't do that. See you soon. Okay, we're good to go. Ready? Exciting. Yeah. Woohoo! Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous and smells like heaven. Heavenly. Now, I will need to let this completely cool before I go near it. Please do not try and slice your bread when it's still warm. Completely cool, and if you want to reheat it, just low temperature in the oven or in the toaster or something, and there you have it. Clean, low carb, wheat-free, gluten-free, gorgeous bread. Go for it. So just a very quick recap. This is the yeast, organic arrowroot, almond flour, organic ground chia, organic maple syrup, organic coconut flour, psyllium husks, salt. That's it. Job done. Easy, easy peasy. Good luck, everyone.